Verse 26. When Abimelech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzat his advisor and Pichol the commander of the army, Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me and send me away from you?" So here Abimelech and Gerar came from Gerar with his advisor Ahuzat and Pichol. In Abram's case, when they made the covenant with Abimelech, right, it was just Abimelech and Pichol. So in this case now with Abimelech, we have Ahuzat, advisor, and Pichol. So maybe they added extra the bureaucratic setup in Gerar, in Abimelech's kingdom became bigger by adding an advisor. I mean, kings need advisors, but I'm just saying this tongue in cheek here, kind of idea, right? Governments like to always grow in size instead of getting smaller in size, because there's more lucrative, more place for where we can like bribe people, right? The more people in government, the more place for bribes. Small government. Anyhow, so three of them coming here to Isaac, and Isaac's reaction to this is, "Why are you coming here? Why are you coming to me? You send me out." Now, at least here is a time when Isaac is kind of saying something, but maybe now this has to do with the fact that again God just gave him, reiterated the promise to him, or maybe it's a question of Isaac is just tired of kind of running away. I mean, he's going, wall problem there, and the last year it seems as if he found kind of peace in his land, and God gave him the promise, and here comes the problems again. Right? Here comes Abimelech again. So maybe out of despondency here, he's just like, I have nowhere else to go, right? What the heck do I do now? So he's asking, so why are you coming? You hate me. You send me away. Verse 28. They said, "We see plainly that the Lord has been with you." So we said, "Let there be a sworn pact between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you." So Abimelech's, the people in the land, by blocking the wells, by trying to stop the flow of blessings, physical flow of blessings to Isaac, they tried all their best. They quarreled, they had to move the whole time, which is not easy, especially when if you need to sow something, you can't sow something and then move, because you moving out, it takes time for it to grow, time to reap, right? So you can't really, it's only from the flock kind of that you might, and even the flock, they need food. And if you're all the time moving, then it kind of becomes difficult. But where they thought that now Isaac will start losing everything, the animals will start dying, he will grow weaker, he will grow poorer. This is not what happened. God gave again made again or reiterated the promise to Isaac. Isaac is not growing less wealthy, he is seemingly growing more wealthy. So all their plans came to naught. So now the other option for them is, if God is with him, we can see that. Okay, under normal circumstances, the guy would have given up. In normal circumstances, a person like that would have lost everything and just moved out, right? But in this case, this is not happening. That must then therefore mean that God is blessing them, God is with them. So, like the Abimelech before, we then need to make a covenant here. We don't really have a choice. We need to make a covenant. Verse 29. That you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you, and have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord. So these three had to admit to the fact that Isaac is blessed of the Lord. And so they're playing, kind of downplaying their role in everything, like, we send you away in peace. And it didn't sound like as if they were sending him away in peace. They were jealous of them. They want to get rid of them, right? So it didn't sound. Yes, they didn't kick them out like out of Egypt like Pharaoh did years before for Abram. Okay, but it didn't sound like a lot of peace. The attitude wasn't very peaceful. Maybe in peace they didn't kill him, but the attitude was not very peaceful because they kept on bugging them everywhere with the wells. Okay, but understandably, Abimelech is not going to say that now. Now they're playing the political game, and Isaac is going to play this political game with him as well. So he's like, okay, here's a way out of this bad situation. They see, they understand I'm blessed. I got my promises again from God. So, yeah, let's make this covenant. We will listen to them. We will agree to not fight each other. And so you promise to not touch us. We won't touch you. Verse 30. So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. I mean, a feast, it's a bit like the Asterix and Obelix books. It always ends with a big feast, right? After peace came, after when they make a covenant, when something like this happens, what do? Is they eat together, right? Have a big feast. And kind of, through so many cultures throughout the years, a very normal kind of things. Even these days, some cultures, you sign a contract, you have a big feast after this with the people you signed the contract with. Verse 51. In the morning they rose early and exchanged oaths, and Isaac sent them on the way, and they departed from him in peace. So next morning, early, okay, Isaac and Abram, they got up early to go to Mount Moriah. Hagar got up early to leave. Okay, so early in the morning, a refrain coming over and over again. Again, man, please, it's the best time to move. They want to get away. Okay, they came what they wanted, they had their feast, they signed their contract, now they can get away, and they want to get home. They achieved what they wanted to. So they departed then in peace. Isaac sent them. Right? They're not going to hold them there. This is again the best time of day for travel. They're not going to hold them. I think Isaac as well was happy getting rid of them, and they were happy to then go home. Verse 32. That same day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well they had dug, and said to him, we have found water. So here the servants come again. We dug a well and we found water. He called it, verse 33, he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. Okay. So the name of the well ultimately becomes the name of the city. Right? So this is kind of, again, normal. You need water. If you have water, then you can plant around it, you can build houses around it, you can wash your clothes, you can eat, you can drink, you can do all of these kinds of things because you have water there. If you have no water, then cities don't just sprung up in general in the middle of nowhere. There's always kind of a reason why a city starts in some other place, right? They find gold, they have a city there. They find diamonds, they have a city there. They find water, they have a city there. In this case, gold and diamonds are not. It's not going to make it always possible to find a city like this town there in Namibia in Kolmaskop, where they found diamonds, and there's lots of diamonds till the diamonds ran out, and now the city is a ghost town. The desert retook the place, or not the city, town. The desert retook it. If there was water, people could have stayed there, but there was no water. There was just the diamonds. And the moment the diamonds ran out, then the whole idea of the reason for the city being is gone. Okay? So water is very important, and this is now what they do. So they named this, there's now peace, there's now covenant, right, with him. So that then ultimately became the name of the city. So it explains as well that the Beersheba that we're going to see here, right, like the spies going into the land, seeing the city of Beersheba, basically saying again to his people that city was named. Why? Because Isaac dug a well there. Isaac found water there, so he named the well Sheba, and then it became the name of the city. So that city is actually ours. God made a covenant with Abimelech's people, so therefore we have a covenant, we have the right to that city. So everywhere all these things is trying to show as well that ultimately it's our forefathers who gave names to those places, so we have a right to them. So justifying legally their right as well, going to the promised land to get this, to take over the promised land.